Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of That's All with Tegan. So this week I thought I'd do my birthday interview, and I've always wanted to do a birthday interview that I did every year, like the Vanity Fair interview that Billie does every year. I really like the idea of doing something every year to see how much you've grown as a person, but also how much you've changed over the years. Because I think I'm not very good at self-reflection or celebrating what I do over a year period. So this kind of forces me to do it, and I can set goals and set memories, and it's just something to look back on, basically. A little journal, if you will. But I also wanted to acknowledge that this week I announced that I'm now representing Jamaica internationally, which is really exciting. It's been about 2 years in the making, maybe 3 years in the making, and now we're finally here. I'm representing Jamaica because I really wanted to just represent the underrepresented, and there isn't a pararider for Jamaica ever, so I am the first, which is very cool. And moving to Jamaica allowed me to get more opportunities with competitions and just experiences and community. The whole reason that the switch was even thought about was because I met Lydia Haywood, who was an event rider for Jamaica, and she runs the organisation called Co-Ridings, which is an organisation for black equestrians in the UK, but also worldwide. And it was only when I joined that organisation that I actually went to events where I wasn't the only black person there, and it was so surreal. And after meeting Lydia, we spoke about riding for Jamaica, and I never really thought about it until I met her, and she had the dream of building a team to bring to the next games and have a team of Jamaican equestrians there. And we thought about it and we figured out how I could do it. And it took many, many years, but we're finally here. And I have my first international in a month yesterday. So I'm really excited to actually get going and make history, which is really fun. And I'm just really excited to actually not feel so pressured. I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself last year to be better and bigger, which isn't bad, but I think now that I'm representing my country and that everyone's really proud of me no matter what, and we have goals to achieve beyond each show, and goals that are achievable beyond each show, I think I'm gonna really enjoy this first show and just taking all the moments and all the glory, and no matter where I place or what percentage I get, I'm just gonna enjoy it and have fun and enjoy the moment. So I'm really excited. But anyway, on to my self-birthday interview, which I'm gonna try and cut it short because there is 32 questions, but I can't be bothered to answer 32 questions. A lot of them are really basic questions, so I'm gonna skip those. But I am gonna start with, how old are you this year? And this year I'm 24 years old, which I think is quite a nice age. I'm in the middle of still being a child and not yet being a pretty good adult. So I quite like this age. what has been your biggest milestone from the last year? I think my biggest milestone has been probably being a 3-star international rider. That happened in the last year. But I also think just achieving more of my goals that I set out for myself. Like, at the start of the year, I really wanted to be more social. I wanted to make more friends. I wanted to start dating. And I achieved all of those things. So I think I'm just really happy. I think that's a big milestone for me because I am such an introvert. So I'm quite happy with that. And I also presented my first live show. That's a really big milestone. And what else? I think that's enough. I think presenting my first live show, achieving my personal goals, and becoming a 3-star international rider. I think that's quite a big milestone. Do you feel more or less confident than last year? I think I'm starting to feel more confident, which is nice. I always said that when I first started off, my confidence was mistaken for being. My confidence was mistaken for being cocky, and then my heart got broken and ripped out, and I had no confidence. And now I feel like I'm getting that back, so that's nice. I feel more confident this year, and I feel, less afraid of life in general, so that's pretty nice. And I hope next year I'll still feel this way, because I didn't want to go back, so more confidence only. Do you feel pressure? I said that last year I felt very pressured. I think a lot of it was on myself. I put pressure on myself. And I still do, because I still feel like people have an expectation of me to be just inspirational, or people just expect me to be doing something. So I put pressure on myself to make sure that I am working towards my goals, but also sharing my life and documenting it in every way that I can. So I still feel pressure, but in a different way, because the pressure isn't consuming me. I don't have as much anxiety as what I did last year, which is pretty nice. I have my first show tomorrow, so I'm curious to how my anxiety will be tomorrow. But right now, I don't feel anxious at all. I feel quite excited. So I think my pressure is still there, and that's a good thing, but it's a lot less than what it was last year. So that's good. Next question. What is something you think is wild about yourself now compared to last year? I think last year I never would have thought that what I achieved would have happened. And I think I say that in the sense of my confidence, the fact that I dated someone and I always thought that I wasn't capable of being loved because of my disability. And I did a lot to kind of get over that mindset. And then last year I started being like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. But I said it, but I didn't believe it. But now I believe it. I really don't care what people think about me, and I know that I deserve to be loved. So I think that would be the most wild thing that last year's me wouldn't have realised or thought about. And also, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm holding a Sunny Angel. the pineapple. And she's been living in my car for like the last 3 months. And sometimes I just need something to hold. So I just hold her. Now let's go into okay, so obviously Billie Eilish isn't an equestrian in the sense of like what I do, but I've added questions to do with equestrianism, what she would have for her music. So, what project am I currently working on? I'm currently working on getting ready for the international in a month. I'm working on trying to get a segment on BBC about accessibility at concerts. I'm also working on trying to go to Glastonbury in the most accessible way, which is actually really fucking hard. What else am I working on? I really want to do something this year with F1 or I always forget what they called it, but Nicholas Hamilton. I love Nicholas Hamilton as an athlete. I love what he represents. I love what he does. I love that he is a disabled black guy in a sport that is mainly white middle class people, and he's just doing amazing. So I really want to do something related to Formula One or to do with Nicholas. I always forget what they call the car racing. The car racing. I need to educate myself. Like I do watch it occasionally, but for some reason I still just can't remember the name of the cars. Anyway, that's something that I'm working on currently, and also just getting more work in presenting because that's what I want to do in the long run. So that's something. What was your proudest equestrian achievement this year? I think definitely my first show at a 3-star international Grand Prix power rider, which was last March. I actually rode it on my birthday, which was quite nice. I think that was my proudest achievement, but I also want to recognise the Hartpury show because I grew up competing at Hartpury since I was 9 years old, and I always wanted to be an international rider at Hartpury, and then this year, or last year, I made that happen, so that was a really good, lovely, full circle moment that I love. The next question, what is your favourite song at the moment on most played song? My most played song at the moment is Soul City by Jenny. It just came out about a week ago, and I probably have listened to it about 50 times already. My favourite album is always going to be Hit Me Hard and Soft. I'm a hardcore Billie Eilish fan. I listened to it about 100 times within the first 2 months, probably. And for my Spotify rap, the whole list was just that album. So that's what I'm listening to. But I also listen to loads of other artists, so if you're actually curious, I might do a episode on what I listen to generally, but also what I listen to before a competition, because it's very different. What is your relationship like with social media? Do you read the comments, and how do you handle criticism? Do you know what's really funny? That I posted a TikTok yesterday or 2 days ago, and it went kind of viral, and it's the first time I had a video go kind of viral in the last 2 or 3 years. Oh my god, there's pigeons making love right in front of me. That's so... I've never seen that. I was gonna say... I was gonna say something else, but I thought it was... But a bit too aggressive. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the comment section is crazy. They go in and they go hard and they're really savage. But I kind of enjoy it because I think, to me, it's entertainment. Nothing that anyone says phases me on social media. And I will clap that. I will call them out on their shit. I will, in the same way that they like to make fun of me, I will do the same back to them. Because why not? If they want to do it to me, then I should be allowed to do it to them. And that's how I handle it. But it does get addictive, so I'm trying not to get too into it, because I will spend like hours and hours scrolling through the comments and finding a valid one just to be able to respond. So I'm trying to not look at my comment section too much. Next question. What advice would you give your past self? I think I would give my past self the advice, and it's probably the same advice that I've had all my life, but just to stand up for yourself more and to know that whatever you're thinking is right. Or know that however you feel about a situation, how your gut feels about a situation, is always right. Trust your gut and go with it. Because I think I found myself in many situations where I've not trusted my gut and then I've ended up being hurt. So I think I would say trust your gut and keep going, because you will get where you want to go. Next question. What is something that you're currently obsessed with? I'm currently obsessed with watching drama series on Netflix or on, what are they on? I don't know, normal channels. That's what I'm obsessed with. I'm also really obsessed with chocolate. I've been eating way too much chocolate. And what else am I obsessed with? I think maybe like driving with my music super loud. I love doing that. I do that a lot. I'm surprised that I can still hear things. But that's something that I'm obsessed with, yeah. And maybe dyeing my hair. My hair's very damaged from the amount of dye that I put in it. So we're on a bit of a break at the moment because I can't dye it until May. So maybe that too. They're all quite bad things, aren't they? I don't really have any good things that I'm obsessed with. Oh well. What is the wildest thing that happened to you this year? Probably getting into a hit and run. That was crazy. And the guy was not caught. The guy damaged my car to the point where I had to get 2 doors replaced. And, I mean, luckily I was fine. I was just annoyed because he literally drove away and I couldn't do anything about it. And I had to pay to get my car fixed, which is very annoying. That's probably the wildest thing to happen this year. What else? I don't know, getting broken up with over text? Maybe? Is that wild? I don't know anymore. Society's weird. Next question. What's your biggest fear? My biggest fear is being in an emotional situation. I don't cope with people that are outwardly emotional. I don't know how to deal with it. Like, I will, but I don't know how to deal with it. So, you know how people always say, like, they're scared of people dying? I'm scared of people dying and then having to go to a funeral. Like, a funeral just sounds like the most scariest place for me to be, because I just won't know what to do. So, that's my biggest fear. And maybe, what else? I mean, I don't like insects, but I don't really fear them. What else do I fear? I don't know. I fear that I'm gonna go I fear that, cause, okay, this is a really weird fear to have, but I've been able to see spirits my whole life, and recently the spirits have been getting closer in proximity to me, so I really fear that they're gonna end up right in my face, and it's just gonna terrify me. That's one thing that I'm terrified of, actually. What else? What's the best thing about your life right now? I think just the opportunities and the people that I have in my life. They bring happiness and joy. So I think that's probably the best thing that I've got going on right now. It's just, yeah, the people and the opportunities. And if you had to describe your life right now in one word sentence, what would it be? In a word sentence. We're ready to fuck shit up. That's my word sentence. We're ready to fuck shit up. But actually, if I was gonna say a good one, because I'm meant to be PG and all that, I would say to expect the to expect the unexpected is what I would say. And yeah, that's the end of my birthday interview, and I'm looking forward to doing this in a year's time and seeing how much I've changed or grown or not grown, or I don't know, we'll see. And I meant to end this with what do I hope that I would, or what is my hopes for the next year. And I would say my hopes are more internationals. I really want to qualify for the next really, really big show, which is the World Equestrian Games next year. I really want to make more friends. I really want to continue to find new opportunities and step out my comfort zone. I would like to try and be a better cook, because I really don't like cooking at all, but I would like to work more on cooking. I want to say better sex, but whether I will keep that in a lot, we will see. And what else? I think that's it. And I would like to travel. I want to do some travelling this year, because I really enjoy it, even though it's a nightmare and it's exhausting. I love it. I love seeing the world, so I would like to travel also. And I would like more opportunities that allow me to travel. So I would like jobs and opportunities with brands and companies and work and broadcasters, so that I can travel, I can have access to things that I want to do that I wouldn't have access for usually, and I want to document it all on social media and on the podcast and on YouTube, and I just want to share and document my life in the best way possible. And that's my goal for the next year. Well, thank you guys for listening, and if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe, because actually, and on whatever platform you're on, please remember to follow, like, and subscribe, because it actually really helps me with the podcast. It helps me to expand my business, and it helped me get more opportunities. So the more you guys support, the more content I'll be able to produce, the more horses I'll be able to ride, the more competitions I'll be able to attend, and the more opportunities I'll be able to secure. So if you do support the grind, please like, share, subscribe, and follow, and leave a review if you wish. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for another episode. Love you! Thanks. I don't know why I'm thanking you, but thanks. Bye.